Hello everybody, this is Mr. Bird. I hope you're doing well. In this short video, I want to simplify the process of writing a compare and contrast essay. Okay, we've been focused on the standard 7 WTTP, and that means write informative explanatory text to examine a topic and convey ideas, concepts, and information through the selection, organization, and analysis of relevant content. So what we're focused on today is how do we write a compare and contrast essay. So in class we have read two different articles, okay? The first thing I suggest you to do before you get started writing is the brainstorm process. Now for this activity, the best thing to do is to use a piece of paper and create a Venn diagram, okay? All it is, two overlapping circles on a piece of paper. It doesn't need to be perfect, it's just quick. These are for your notes, okay? So, we've read two different articles in class. Now, what I would suggest to you is to keep in mind on the outside part of this circle, we're going to say A and circle B. I want you to think about, or we could say this is article A, this is article B, okay? I want you to think about article A. How was article A different from article B? And what I would suggest to you is I would maybe do some bullet points down through here and just simply write out some of the differences that you saw in article A. On the flip side, I want you to think about article B. And I want you to think about, okay, what were the differences that I saw in article B that was different from article A? And I would write those down. Okay, now of course you're going to do that on your own paper. Okay, that's where you're going to write this down, is on your own paper. Now in the center part, this is where you're going to write your similarities. Okay, similarities are, how are both article A and article B alike? Okay, how are these two, A and B, alike? Okay, so you'll jot down those notes in the center. Again, you're doing that for on your piece of paper. Okay. The next step is we need to begin the writing process. To do this, I need to think about my first paragraph. This is what we call the introductory paragraph. This is the paragraph that captures the reader's attention. This is that paragraph that I've talked about in class that will make or break your essay. Now what I mean by that is you want to make it attractive. You want to capture that reader's attention. To do this, one of the techniques that we've talked about this week is you can ask a question that will capture the reader's attention. That's the simplest thing to do. If you choose to do that though, you want to make sure it's an interesting question and not a boring one. Do you like cats or dogs? Okay. Do you like iPhones or Android? All right. Do you like chocolate or vanilla? Okay. Those are really kind of boring questions that aren't really that interesting. Okay. You also want to avoid questions that can be answered simply with yes or no. Do you like cats? No. Or maybe they might say yes. I don't know. It's just not, that's not a very good hook. So if you're going to ask a question, you want it to be something that will cause the reader to go, wow, I didn't know that. And as we talked about earlier, you can throw a statistic. 5 out of 10 people enjoy listening to the radio in the car. Okay. 7 out of 10 people prefer going to the movies. Okay, I don't know, just whatever statistic you want to make. Make sure it's something that you know to be factual. Don't just make something up like I did. You want it to be factual. The objective is you want to capture that reader's attention. Also, in this stage, if you're talking about 2 different articles, you want to mention those 2 articles by name in this paragraph and the authors. Okay, so like in the article, whatever the title might be, by, and you give the author's name, the author focuses on the use of technology to drive in customers or business. In the article, you use the name of the second one, by so-and-so. They focus on using technology to make difficult tasks more fun. Both articles focus on the use of technology to accomplish things we need completed in life. Whatever, you can play with that how you want to. Paragraph number 2. This is where we talk about the similarities. So going back to this example right here, I want you to think about, all right, how is paragraph or the article A and article B connected? How are they similar? What do they have in common? Okay, and so in this paragraph, you're going to focus on their similarities. So it says in this paragraph, focus on the 2 articles, or how the 2 articles are similar. Use your Venn diagram to help. Take those similarities and write them in sentence form. Your next paragraph, paragraph number 3, this is step 4 in this process. You're going to write a paragraph. Focus on how the 2 articles are different. Use your Venn diagram to help you. Take those differences and write them in sentence form. So guys, you're going to take these differences that we talked about out here, and you're going to write them into sentence form. And then your final paragraph, paragraph number 4, this is where you're going to write your conclusion. In this paragraph, you want to wrap up your essay, restate your original thesis, recap the similarities and differences from your other paragraph. Remember, do not add new information. This is the ending of your essay, and I'll talk more about that in class, but just for your information, you don't want to tell them new things. Okay, you don't want to tell your reader new things about those 2 articles. You don't want to write at the end of your essay, this is the end of my essay. Don't do that. Okay, we'll practice with writing conclusions. So again, to refresh today, we've talked about this standard 7WTTP2, write informative explanatory text to examine a topic, convey ideas, concepts, and information through the selection, organization, and analysis of relevant content. We talked about the importance of using a Venn diagram to help us plan what we want to write about. We learned about the introductory paragraph, how important it is to have a hook to capture the reader's attention. We don't want a boring question, and we don't want a question that they can answer yes or no to. You really want them to think. Okay? Paragraph 2, this is all about the similarities of the 2 articles. What do they have in common? Paragraph 3, we talk about their differences. How are they different? And then paragraph 4 is your conclusion. Thank you all so much for your time. I hope this helps simplify this process for you. As always, if you have questions in class, be sure to ask and let me help you if I can. Talk to you guys in the next class. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.